Welcome back to the channel, everybody. We're here with none other than Robert G. Allen, the wealth creating maestro. And today, usually we talk about successes and how to put cash in your pocket, and we will. But today we're going to talk about one of Rob's biggest failures. So Bob, I know you have a great story on this one. What's a time where you have just absolutely hated it?
Well, my first little deal, I made a nice little chunk of money on. And I took all of that money and I dumped it into a bigger property. Isn't that what we're trying to do? We're trying to parlay our wealth into a bigger property and then take that and increase its value and parlay that into something else. Well, I ended up with a 7-unit apartment building without a lot of management experience. And this is the first time I learned the word a don't wanter. A don't wanter is a person who don't want their real estate, and they become desperate to sell. So I buy this 7-unit apartment building. It still exists today, by the way. I drive by it frequently, and I look at it and I say to myself, well, that was when I learned the word don't wanter, because I wasn't a very good manager, and frankly, I had a soft heart. And there are rules you have to do in your management. You have to basically say, you pay rent first, then you can pay your motorcycle payment. Then you can go get some cocaine. But my rent comes first. If rent doesn't come first, then you're out. And my heart was just too soft. I just need to learn the rules. And so I'd find somebody who said, you know, my baby had a problem, I had to take her to the hospital. Sorry. Somebody else says, I had a TV that got stolen. Sorry, this little 7-unit building was just 7 units of basic problem after problem after problem. So obviously I need a manager for this apartment building. Well, manager number 3 was Ben, and Ben seemed like a good guy, you know, and there were things that were being stolen in my property, and I'm saying, Ben, you know, check this out, make sure this doesn't happen again. I get called in the middle of the night and there's a toilet that's flooding over. These are all the horror stories you've heard of before. And there are ways to solve all of these problems. But at that time in my career, at the very beginning, I hadn't learned any of them. And I had learned by hard experience. And so Ben, my property manager, was the guy who was stealing the television in unit number 7 because he had a cocaine problem. And so when I called the police, when I found that out, the police gave him an option. Either you leave town by sundown tonight or you go to jail. Well, unfortunately, just before Ben got caught, I had helped Ben buy a truck, and I put a little loan on it. I would promise to pay his monthly payments on his truck if he was a good guy. Well, Ben left town in my truck. I've never seen him again, and I sold that property a few months later for the exact same price that I bought it for. But just a few months later, it sold for $15,000 more. And within a year and a half, 2 years, it was double the price. Within 10 years, it was triple, quadruple, 5. The bottom, what I'm trying to tell you is these problems that many owners have, and I was one of them, are fixable. And if we just hang on long enough, Warren Buffett has his favorite holding period for a stock is forever. It should be the same thing for you when it comes to your real estate, because real estate over long periods of time eventually just inexorably continues to go up in value. And when you sell it, you sell the cash cow. You sell the goose that lays the golden egg. So solve your don't wanter problems. Hang on as long as you can. And that will take you more quickly to what you really want, which is your financial freedom dream.
That's awesome. And one thing I love about this story is that, you bought it at a good deal. It was a don't wanter, it was the price you wanted it at. And you ended up becoming a don't wanter and selling it for a don't wanter price below retail. So what are some of the things, first of all, did you do research, and did you think that you could solve these problems, or were they different problems than the previous don't wanter had? And what do you wish you had done to solve these problems?
I'm a very independent guy, and this is a very big problem for most of us who are entrepreneurs. We just want to figure it out by ourselves, and we just don't ask people. I should have joined the local investment club. I should have met some people who were apartment owners. I should have asked advice and gotten a mentor. A mentor could have looked at the problems I was dealing with and have solved them within 30 minutes. Really, do this, don't do that, done, over, keep the property, kick all those tenants out, get new ones. I just didn't have as many mentors. If I made a biggest mistake in my entire career was being too independent. You need to be interdependent. That means you need to involve other people looking over your shoulder and seeing your blind spots. And, when I tell people that, I say you need a mentor, the skeptical part of them comes out and they go, yeah, right. I need a mentor that I can go pay some money to so that person can get rich off of me. That's the skeptical answer I get from lots and lots of people. You're just not smart if you don't have a mentor to look over your shoulder, because you have blind spots. You do. And your mentor doesn't, because they've solved all the blind spots in their own life by hard experience. Don't have the same experiences all over again. Let somebody tell you what to do and what not to do. It's the best investment you'll ever make, period, end of story.
That's awesome. I think I've heard it said, a dumb person makes their own mistakes and a smart person learns from other people's mistakes.
Sounds good to me.
It's good to get a mentor who's been dumb in the past so that you don't have to be.
And I'm that guy. I've been dumb a lot, millions of dollars worth of dumbness. and now I'm a lot smarter, but it was just too expensive. I shouldn't have done that. Yeah. I could have gotten through with so much more net worth, frankly. So don't you do that. Don't you do that.
Well, thanks.
I'll chase you down.
Thanks for sharing your secrets, Bob. We love learning from people's mistakes and their successes. And if you want to check out some of his other great content, you can check out this channel. Click the link below if you want to get connected with Bob, and we'll see you guys on the next one.